Greetings all, and welcome to the end of the story. So, welcome to the end of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver Remastered. As you know, last episode, we wrapped up the trophies that we could, we've wrapped up all of the story, we wrapped up the Duma fight, we've got all the remaining collectibles, and now, we are going through the Oracle's Cave to solve its 3 puzzles before we enter the chronaplast and then fight Kain. I have to say, this has been quite the journey over these last few days, and while it's going to be very interesting to move on from this game, at least for now, I will admit that it's been quite fascinating seeing how Soul Reaver has been able to develop. Especially naturally, because I've usually just kinda cheap out around this point and just activate the chronaplast anyway. Now then. Let's go ahead and hop right to it. Keep in mind that I ask you to bear with me a little bit, because these are supposed to be the hardest puzzles in the game. And also, this area is full of Turelahim. Though, for whatever reason, they don't actually like to throw their attacks. But, you know what they say, we'll take victories where we can get. So, so basically, through that door is the opening to the Oracle's Cave. But first, we have a little thing we have to solve. And welcome to the stream, Huey. Thank you for testing the chat box for me to make sure it's working. Oops. Here we go. We have to go through this opening in this crevice here. And for the first puzzle, well, or as I like to call it, the 0 puzzle, we need to open this door right here. To do this, there are 2 boxes that have to be moved a little bit every now and then. There are these 2 boxes here that have to be moved in order to get this door open. Of course, the caveat to doing that is you have to, well, do that. That other door will close right across from you. So, hey, we have 4 viewers today. Wow. Feel free to make yourselves known in the chat. I'd be happy to speak with you all. And you're showing Japanese characters. That's lovely, Huey. Thank you for that. I hope I'll be able to understand that, maybe. Four viewers, that's a new peak for the series, isn't it? Yes, it is, actually. That is great to see. Okay. So, now that we understand how these doors work, I believe the first thing we have to do is open these, and the way you do it is using the constrict ability. You just turn this thing here, and that closes the door in the middle, but, well, that closes the door to that section. However, that does give you access to the other side, I believe. Okay. Not gonna lie, shift anywhere would be really nice right about now. And while I will go on record and confirm that cheats do work in this game, because this is largely just an HD texture update, it doesn't really change gameplay all that much, surprisingly. Unfortunately, that's just the caveat of this, I'm afraid. More Japanese characters, and I have no idea what they are. Because I do not know how to read Japanese, sorry, Yui. Of course, we have I think we have about 3 trophies left. I was able to get aerial remembers off screen, but that was largely because of the way I had to play through that particular part of the game, unfortunately. Oh, good. For a second there, I was a little worried that I was going to have to do that part. I was a little worried there. Though I probably should just stay in spectral for this next part. Because we need to move that other box over here. Even if only temporarily, to get the other box into its respective location. Okay, let's move the camera around here. Watch out for the... Don't remove that staff from that Terrellum yet. Okay, let's go ahead and... I want to say... Let's go ahead and open that one up first. I'll show you what we're doing next. So now that we have another box on that side, what you want to do is take this box and put it in one of the holes right next door to the one that we just pulled that other one out of. So basically like this. 1, 2, push. And you're probably just going to want to stay in spectral until you get to that point. Although, probably not a terrible idea to go ahead and open the front door. So, like this. Another constrict, and that door opens, which is fine since we're wrapping this area up anyway. Mostly. Oh dear. Oh, lovely. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this particular door puzzle is real fun sometimes. Ask you to bear with me for a minute here. We've almost got it done. Okay, we've already done that one, so we need to turn it the other way. Oh wait, no. Never mind, we're good. We can just waltz on through and open the front door. Time to give this area the old knock knock. And now we have to make sure that middle door is open. No. Okay, and pull. 1, 2, pull. Sorry about that. This way. And in. Click. Voila, the big door's open and the other side door's open along with it, so hallelujah to that. Not a terrible puzzle. The doors will trip you up more than anything. And we're still getting graphical popia, and that's just lovely. Yep. I'll be taking your soul now. That moron. But at least he kept his soul. Even though he actually didn't. If anybody remember those ads, I really wouldn't... Oh, yay. Yay, magic fill up. Awesome. Yep, we have the maximum magic in the game, the maximum health in the game, and now all that's really left to do is to solve these puzzles, and then we can finally face Kain. One, two, three. I really don't like it when they're in your face. Okay. That was close. Did you beat Kain last time in 14 seconds? Something like that. I don't really try to time that fight just on account of how much of a mess it is. And that's why that's when he had the physical Soul Reaver. Yes. Okay. Plan B. So we don't waste our magic. Stone glyph. Turns Mr. Terrellium over there to stone, and whack. He's dead. Like I said, don't sleep on the stone glyph. It is honestly one of the best in the game if you're willing to use it. And to think, it's one of the ones you get early on too. Okay, so this puzzle will open the door to the Oracle's cave, and all you need to do is make sure that all of the points are pointing towards the center, just like that. Very quick, well, mostly quick, depending on what direction you want to push it. This one's good. I mean, you could go the opposite direction, but that'd just be the long way, so just don't. And voila. Okay, it looks like we're getting good audio too. So now that the Oracle's cave will be open to us. Make sure you save often, because this game has been prone to some levels of instability. It's better to be safe than sorry. And if we drop down here, we're back to the end in no time. Alright, let's grab our spear. Just to be safe. Oh, right, I forgot we can't use it, dang it. Whoa, hi. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to sneak up on people? Bad Torella. Holy cow, that one actually got me a little.
The Oracle's Cave, where Kain's first fateful meeting with Mobius occurred. Mobius played the role of a doddering soothsayer, stirring his pot of visions while dispensing enigmatic predictions to gullible visitors. Underneath the facade was Mobius the Time Streamer, sorcerer of the Circle of Nine, a ruthless manipulator with the power to bend time. Since his murder at Kain's hands centuries ago, these caves have stood vacant, though, like Mobius himself, they are rumored to be only a facade for a much larger, more elaborate complex. I sensed that Kain was here, and at that moment, I would have plumbed the depths of hell to find him.
Okay, so, to access the cave from here, you would need to constrict the pot. And this area also doubles as a imbuement place for the Fire Reaver. So, go ahead and put the sword in, and there you go. So now we're on to the first of the three... Now we're on to the first of the three main puzzles of this area. And yes, there are three.
This, I deduced, must be the man himself, the Time Streamer, Mobius. He seemed not at all the impressive figure I had imagined from Kain's boasted exploits. And yet, even this cold image radiated a certain undeniable power.
Okay, so that's preparation for the second puzzle, I believe. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward. I believe that is the only thing we have to worry about up here. Just to be safe. Oh yes, and make sure you save very often during this part. I mean, you never know. Sometimes the game will sometimes the game will crash. It's really hard to say when. And to think, if the game had never been really altered, there's a real chance that this would have occurred later. This would have occurred, I think, probably somewhere else. Oh, okay, so this was the first one. Alright, so the first puzzle. Basically, you need to match the colors. So here we have a purple one, which means we need to change the colors for this area. I guess we have to go the other way. From yellow to purple. Boom. There's the first one. Boy, you are just really enjoying the emoji button today, aren't you, Huey? We're gonna change this one to blue. Oops. Come on. This way. Okay, so it looks like these only go one way. That's fantastic. Okay. Alright then, so let's go this way really quick. Now let's go this way. And that has opened the doors to the second puzzle. Well, we lost our Fire Reaver, but oh well. Not like we needed it for this next part anyway. Okay. Righty. Yes, this part. This is the one that always tripped me up a little bit, but I think I understand how to do it. So, for this next step, I guess we need to line up the 3 doors. Okay, and you can see on the walls here what symbols need to be matched. So, the blue symbol needs to be on Terrell's symbol. And Terrell's symbol is right there. Alright, let's see which one is. Let's see which one's his. Okay, I know. Okay, so this is the little hand. So this is the medium hand. Okay, so there's the first one. The red, I want to say, is the second hand. Or... oh no, this is the big hand. And the red is Kain's symbol, so we need to go this way. And the yellow is Melchiah's symbol, which means we need to go this way. And we've opened the door. Huh. Okay. And here I thought that was way more tricky. Alright. Let's go ahead and save. And kaboom. Alrighty, let's see. Now, I want to say this is just, this is just a nothing burger area. But, I'm sure I'm probably missing something. Oh, that's what. Well, if I didn't get the wall decor trophy last episode, I definitely would have got it here. Okay. Ah, yes. The third-ish puzzle. You basically just have to move some boxes out of these gears here just to get these moving again. So, first things first, let's use the sunlight glyph to cook everything in the room. And get our blade back. And next, all we gotta do is not open this bag. Okay. Let's see. These. So. 1, 2, push. 1, 2, push. Oh. 1, 2, left-ish. 1, 2, pull. Voila! Now, I wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't really call this one a puzzle. It's way too simple for that. Whew. Now, yeah, if you're getting okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. Oh no, that's not good. Now, from what I recall, the next Kain fight, luckily, is not a trophy one. So, this one should admittedly be much less of a headache. Hey, that is not nice. Alrighty. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, that's fine. And this is where save states would have been greatly appreciated. But, oh well. Oh, I didn't see that there. Okay. Alright, so that's a climbing wall. And this, I want to say, is a lead-in to the true second puzzle. Yep. Zip. Boop. And you need to shoot those boxes through the grate in order to get them down. And watch out for Terrarium on the way through. I think that, for the most part... Oops. Oh, there he is. And now he's gone. Alrighty, so welcome to the true second puzzle. It's basically a literal puzzle, so that's super fun. And basically all you have to do is put these four pieces together in the correct form to... Oops. In the correct format. Oh. Boy, I am out of it still. All you've got to do is not open this bag. So, anyone in this chat ever hear of the Epic the Musical, just out of morbid curiosity? Outside of Huey, anyway. Okay, hang on. Alright. Door's open. You told me about it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so, let's see, am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Okay. Yeah, save after every puzzle in this area, or you are going to hate yourself later. Or you're gonna hate yourself when you have to redo them all. Okay, so we're in the home stretch, people, the third one. And one. Oops. Whoop. Oh, you little... That's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It's a real fish fry. It's a real, I don't know what to make... I don't know what to really call the Trillium, honestly. Oh, okay, so here's the deal for this puzzle. What you need to do is you need to match up the 3 symbols on the floor with these 3 symbols over here. So, that means that you need to rotate them to match those symbols. So for the first one, the cross here, we need to get it to match that. So if we rotate it, this way. Ah, okay. That one's good to go. And I believe that the next, so that one's good to go. The second one needs to be matched up with a triangle and a weird squiggly at bottom. We'll save that one for last. So this one over here. So that needs to be matched up with a triangle. And the last one where's the door? There it is. Needs to be matched up with a circle with a cross above it. And now, there is something we need to do. And now, I believe there's a switch we need to pull. You know, if I can head the right direction here. It's a very long climb. This would have been a funny place to put the theme song of Soul Reaver. Okay, there's no switch up here. Okay, so nothing's triggering, so more than likely something's wrong. So let's go back to that wall and look again. Okay, so it looks like the short side needs to be on the goalpost one. And since we're filling up our Eldritch energy anyway... Luckily, the enemies don't appear to respawn, so that's convenient. Maybe you have to do... Maybe you gotta do them in a certain order. That's kind of the weird thing about this one. I've never done this one legitimately, so I'm still kind of out of the loop with it. They're all a little off-center. Because I know how these are supposed to go. They're supposed to swing down, you're supposed to jump up. Now, why isn't the triggers working? Mobius be like, yeah. No kidding. Okay, hang on. I'm getting really confused here. Oh, maybe that's the problem. Okay, so the Z goes to the O. This goes to the... Okay, so... Well, Mobius is dead at this point in the story. He'll pop up a little later. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had the one on the far... I just had the one on the far right wrong. Watch your head. Oops. Yeah, look at me forgetting how to jump. Okay, so there are 3 switches at the top of these rooms you need to hit. You have this one here. You have one in here. And finally, you have one in here. And if you aim... Most of these you really don't even need to climb to get up to. You can just hop on up if you hit them in the right direction. Oop. That's it for the puzzles. We're in the home stretch now, baby. And our next trophy, too. Correction, our next couple of trophies, I think. And now we're into the actual chronaplast chambers portion of this particular level. And we'll get into this more next episode as to what these chambers are actually referring to. Because, yeah, it looks like... Because the Kain fight in itself is pretty much just beat him. There's no perfection trophy for beating him, thank Christ. I think they realized that'd be a terrible idea.
my arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
Next. And that's basically what this is. Is you are seeing pretty much past events and future events in this room. Keep an eye out for the last gate too. Otherwise, if you didn't save, you'll be doing that all over again. Ugh, would be real fun, I tell ya.
These apparitions torment me. Has this all been foretold?
Well, sort of. That's kind of the way this room works, is you can see the future, or you can go into it. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be tampering with time, but in the Legacy of Kain universe, they do that shit for fun.
Impossible! This must be one of Kain's deceptions.
Nope, no deceptions. When Kain first stole into this chamber centuries ago, he basically discovered this and discovered the original ending of Soul Reaver. Let's see, no gate yet. And don't be tricked, those are not doors. That being said, I gotta say, that one looks a little familiar. But anyways, let's keep moving.
My mind reels with conflict. Does Kain await me moments from now? Or in some century yet to come?
I think they changed the order a little bit. I don't remember seeing that this soon. But that place is actually real. That is the opening of Kain's mountain retreat. And we'll be exploring that tomorrow. So, feel free to stick around. We have 2 more left, then, if I got this right. Okay. And slash.
This cannot be. What madness does this scene portend? Kain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
Now, yeah, they had the perfect opportunity to put that center bit before the throne room in, but oh well. No big deal. Now, there is something missing from these. There is a little thing that goes before that I guess they didn't put back in. Or maybe they would have had to redo it from scratch, so they probably decided to pull it out. If you know what I'm talking about, well, I believe I did a TikTok with it a little while back. And there it is, the Silence Cathedral.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of my mind, or an echo of future events?
Fun fact, that's in the game, but it's a cheat, so if we use it, we're gonna have to wait until we finish the game first. Okay, where's that? Now, where's the gate? Oh, there's one light. Why is there one more? What the heck? I don't remember there being another. What is this? Okay, I think it's just, okay.
This cannot be. What madness does this scene portend? Kain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
Did I go backwards? No, that's not possible. I know I went forwards. I hope I'm not in a loop. We've already seen the chronaplast vision, so... Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, we're definitely in some kind of loop. Did we miss something somewhere? Oh, okay. Okay, so I know we went backwards. And we've watched all the visions. So... I mean, I'd hope we're not going backwards. That would low-key be really creepy. Okay, so we'll just keep moving forward. We've already seen that one. Okay, we're going straight. We've already seen that one. We've already seen that one. Already seen that one. And that one. That one. Okay, now we're getting... Okay, we're getting close to a gate. That gate's gotta be around here somewhere. I know I'm not tripping. There it is. Yay. Just in case we need it. We already got the You Are Persistent Raziel trophy off screen too, so all we really need to do now is fight Kain. Warp Factor, that's the last one. Well, that's the last one pre-Kain, anyway. Yeah, and don't do what I did. You're not getting trapped in a loop. Sometimes it's easy to get turned around in here. And I believe parts of the mountain retreat were used in the development of the chronaplast chambers and the time deal itself. Alright.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner.
Okay.
Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Kain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
Okay.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Kain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
How could I not?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Kain. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Okay, hang on a second. One. Now, bear in mind, this is not a no-hit trophy. You can beat this and take a couple of hits here and there, so don't stress it too much. Hello, Brickless Gaming. Welcome to the stream. I assume everything's going alright on your end. I'm doing alright. We just... Okay, ah! Aha. Okay. Oh, there he is. 2. 1 more and we win. Of course, this is not going to be easy. The third one is objectively the hardest hit to get. It is not a fun hit to make. Okay. Okay, I know where he's at. There he is. 1, 2, no. 2. No, he shot me. Okay, hang on a sec. And we gotta go this way. Ow! This is why you need all of the health upgrades, by the way. Where's it at? Ah, there it is. Yep. Stay in the circle. Stay in the circle. Oh ho ho! There he is. Ow. Okay. Okay. And smack. Got it! That's it. It's done. Thank Christ this is not a no-hit trophy or we would be here all day.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Haha. Now, in an alternate ending, Raziel damages the chronaplast, stopping him from escaping, causing him to get hit, and clipping a piece of his soul.
Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
And Raziel's like, screw it, I'm going for it. Everything's going good. I'm just enjoying the day. I'm glad to be a part of this viewing, and thanks again for all the help you've given me. No problem, man. That stone glyph is really difficult.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah, welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny.
Ha!
Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth, a streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
Well, there you have it. That's Soul Reaver 1. Mobius the Time Streamer, Deceiver, and Eternal Gamester, using living beings as his pawns. Exactly. But we're not going to be playing Soul Reaver 2. I don't feel confident that it would make a good stream right now. I need to play it off screen to get familiar with it. I know it's shorter than Soul Reaver 1 by a lot, and it's pretty much very much linear, but so it'd be really hard trying to split it up into separate videos. But right now I'm just playing it safe, because I don't know what all is collectible in it, and I don't know what all is. So, for the rest of the episode, we're not going to visit the lost levels yet, we're going to do that tomorrow. What we're going to do instead is we're going to go through and, we're just going to go through and actually watch the original credits, because, yeah, for whatever reason, there's no music here. I'm not hearing it either, so don't worry, it's not just you. In the meantime, you should play Richard Thomas's Holiday. It's a great game. I have is that a meme game? Oh yeah, game director Monica Evrosa Reina Adrin. Yeah, it's really cool that they got her involved on this project, and you can really tell, especially in the graphics, like, it looks great. They did such a good job. Now, yeah, there are some glitches in the game, obviously enough, but that's to be expected. I mean, come on, that's gonna happen at some point. But otherwise, whew. I wish there was a new game plus for Soul Reaver 1. I really do. Just purely for what you're getting yourself into with it. And also because the bonus levels are actually more connected than I realized. But we'll get to that in a little bit. In the meantime, all I can say is thank you Huey in particular, for supporting me over these last 5 videos to see how this all goes. And also to our new viewer, I hope you'll be a regular, because we're not done with Soul Reaver quite yet. We still got one more video I want to do. And after this, well, I suppose we'll have to wait and see, because, yeah. What is New Game Plus? I've been hearing about it. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be a New Game Plus option on Soul Reaver, but it's basically a continuation of sorts, with higher difficulty, maybe some new challenges, and things along those lines. If Soul Reaver had a New Game Plus, the lost levels in particular would in fact be included, I think, if they were really doing it. But otherwise, yeah, that's where we're kind of at the moment with this. But really, this has been a really fun experience for me, very much consistent. I mean, yeah, the audio's been a little out of nowhere at times, and we only managed to crash the game once in Duma. That was last episode. Brickus, you can watch it if you want. It is something to behold how it happened. But otherwise, yeah. It's just over. It's finally done. I finally beat it on stream and managed to not immediately get just blasted. Of course, when you really think about the second Kain fight for a few seconds, you would realize he's only ever going to be right behind you. So, that's important to remember. Thanks for fixing the embeds, by the way. Oh, yeah, no problem. So, yeah, we sure made good time, and you know what? Let's go ahead and carry this until 11, and, wait a minute. Oh, right. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and continue this little thing until 11 for the moment. Okay, so they have a whole bunch of dubs here. Glad to be here and offer my support. I'll watch the Duma fight. I'm interested to see what happened. I'm telling you, it's something. I think that is the first time I've ever managed to crash a boss fight. Now, yeah, you do crash on Terrell as well, on the lost levels. In fact, I could probably get away with showing you that. But that's it. That's the only time that's ever really happened, I think. That's, outside of that, yeah, the Duma fight was the only one I managed to crash the game playing. So that is something to behold, I tell you. Something to behold. Okay. So, what's the official plan from here? Well, I ran a poll over the last week to decide what the next game is going to be. And time to pull those results up now. YouTube Studio, not ConStorm Live. Switch. ConStorm Entertainment. Oh yes, in case you were wondering, this is part of the ConStorm Entertainment Network, a series of channels that I set up for various subject matter. ConStorm Entertainment is home arcade and evercade content. ConStorm Live is live gaming content. Technology is computer content. Alertverse is EAS and EAS mock content. Why all the crashing? Is the game buggy? Well, it was always buggy, even when it first launched in '99, so odds are it was probably something that was just caught in development. But yeah, it does happen from time to time. And finally, Ponybrary, which I consider as part of the network, because that's where all of our Bionicle content is. And he's in the chat right now. So anyways, on to the results of that poll. If I can get to it. Okay. Oops. And the winner is... And the winner for our next streaming game in 2025 is... Turbo Dismount with 67% of the vote. Boy, we're in for a fun time with that one. Alrighty. So, really quick, let's go ahead and show you what I was talking about. Also, welcome to the bonus content. There's a lot here, but we're not going to go over all of it.
Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth.
Wait, what the heck?
A streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
What just happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. Houston, we have a bug. We have a bug. That is...
Where
Uh-oh. That's not good. It looks like it's trying to play the credits now that we beat the game. Well, shoot. Okay, I guess we should probably just go ahead and close the whole game. Didn't Astrobot get Game of the Year? Yes, it got Game of the Year. Hopefully Defiance will get the next remaster. Hopefully, well, apparently a lot of people are saying it is, but we're gonna have to wait and see. So, hang on a second, I need you to bear with me here. I gotta close out of the game. Yeah, okay. So that was weird. Can't say that's ever happened before. Getting credits on the frickin' lost levels, that's a very strange thing to see. But hopefully restarting the game will fix that problem. Okay. Okay, Terrell's audience chamber. There we go. Now we're going. Okay, so welcome. How does the PS5 play? I am playing it on my 5 Pro, and you're seeing the results for yourself. As far as I can tell, it plays great. But, so here are the rules of the lost levels. 1, because these would all have been set after the fight in the chronaplast, Raziel can now shift at will, without cheats. As a result, here we are. It's also important to remember that these levels aren't exactly finished either. And while if you hit certain levels, they are connected, some of them even have voice acting. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It plays great, literally crashes every hour. Well, not every hour.
Let me pass,
but...
Tyrell. I have enough blood on my hands today.
Yep, that's
my
Terrell.
quarrel lies with Kain.
Poor Raziel. Your rage blinds you to the bond of gratitude that we owe our master.
Gratitude? Toward one who would have you grovel at his gate like a dog? You once had noble aspirations, Tyrell. Now, how humbled are your goals? Do you prosper on the scraps he casts you?
Your insults will do nothing to blunt the agonies of your demise.
You killed me once. Behold the result. I have no more to fear from you.
Okay. Now, just a heads up, he will shoot at you. Or maybe he's just shooting at me because I triggered something. Okay, so now I'm going to show you... Whoa, what happened here? Whoa! What happened to the Soul Reaver? That's new. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, I guess the Soul Reaver has been infected by Cheryl's ability for some weird reason. And there's the crash. Basically, if you try to fly in Cheryl, it'll crash the game. And that's the only bug I've seen with the lost levels so far. But yeah, sorry, quoting Defiance dialogue. You're good. But yeah, that's what Terrell would have done. Basically, the Terrell fight pretty much would have been Raziel and Terrell literally going at it, just beating the tar out of each other. I think when it wouldn't work because Terrell would need to blast the 4 columns on his sides, and this would lead to a whole current of water splashing down on him. Unfortunately, I tried to trigger that, but it doesn't work. But let's go ahead and... I think we should at least explore the forages. We still got, like, 11 minutes. And for whatever reason, there's, like, no background music, so that's weird. It plays great. Yeah, well, all things considered, it really does. Okay. Okay, so this is the water forge. I can't remember for sure where this would have been off the top of my head, but had this made it into the game, I think you would get a water-based ability that would stun opponents. But I think it just would have been a darker blue than your normal material blade. And no, you can't switch graphics in the Lost levels either, unfortunately. Okay. And this is the one that kind of surprised me the most. This is supposed to be the Sound Forge, and it isn't remotely finished. And I think there was supposed to be a bell here. There was going to be, but yeah, for whatever reason, they really thought it would be a good idea to put this in the game without texturing it at all, which is really weird. Something sounds off about that. The Sunlight Forge is a lot more complete, I think. You can see around in it, and while you can do the animation to imbue it, you would need to use the Aerial Reaver cheat to change its color to the appropriate one for the Sunlight Forge. Now, I think this would have been in Duma's territory if it had made it in. You think it's because they ran out of time? I think it's because they found it the month before and decided, oh, we need to put this in the game. But for whatever reason, they didn't bother at least making the Sound Forge look like something. The original Fire Forge. This would have been in Raziel's territory, I believe. Or was it the Spirit Glyph? Of course, the Fire Reaver does actually work. It's in the main game. Though, you would think they'd at least make a... You'd think they've at least gone to the effort to put together an area where you would have at least picked it up from. But, oh well. And finally, the true Lost Forge. This is the one that would have been in Raziel's territory. The Spirit Forge is basically what would grant you the green part of the Soul Reaver in the real world, I believe. And now we're going to recreate a moment from the screenshots. So the way this forge would have worked is you would have needed to kill an enemy, or at least daze them enough, bring them in, and throw them on the forge like that. And this would have been the strongest forge in the game, so more than likely it would have been locked behind a constrict puzzle. But that's the forges, basically. I guess there is one thing we can do real quick. This is the warp gate to the priestess. And the funny thing is, they went through the trouble of finishing these warp gates, but not making them connectable within these levels themselves. Which is a little odd, a little disappointing even. But you would have gone to this warp gate as soon as you entered from the... as soon as you entered from below. And because you'd have shift anywhere at this point, you would have been swimming in as well. And I guess you could say that this would have been the closest thing to an underwater level that you would get outside of Rahab. Now, this would have admittedly been a very cool demo had they decided not to go with the lighthouse demo instead. And this is the bottom of the Undercity. So you would have gone here after defeating Kain for the second time. And because you would have shift anywhere, you would not have portals at this point. Everything would be... you would have to do everything without a portal. And you just have... well, I mean, like... and I don't mean portals in the sense of that. I mean portals in the sense of... well, you wouldn't be able to shift with a portal in this place. You would have to have shift anywhere, or you wouldn't be going anywhere. So... the way this would have worked is you would have had to have you would have needed to find a switch to raise the water level. And it looks like they, I don't know if they took that out or not, but I don't know. It looks like they took the switch out, but then again, I'd probably just have to consult one of the videos for this part. But yeah, basically you would have had to find 3 switches scattered throughout the Undercity to raise the water level. And seeing as the switch isn't in this particular version of the level, it seems that they either removed it to avoid people trying to progress, or they just decided to play it safe and just not have it, period. But yeah, what you would have done is you would have gone... once you made it... the way you'd get into the Undercity is through the Human Citadel. In that area that housed a... that area that housed a health upgrade in the main game would have been how you would have had a pipe that you would have had to swim in to access the city. So, man, a whole lot was done for this game. Sad to see it wasn't included in the base, but I'm glad we got it in the end. I do agree. The main chamber. the main chamber of the Undercity is, functionally speaking, where you would do a lot of the heavy lifting for the switches. And of course, while it is connected to the floor, you'd pretty much be on your own. And while this is connected to the floor, what you would need to do is you probably would have had to lift the water and get this gate up, and you would have swam in here to access this area. You would probably have your second set of switches over here. You would have had your second set of switches in this area too. Though, for the life of me, this is why I wish these were actually truly progressible, so that way we could try and at least attempt to play them as originally designed. Of course, I believe there would have been 2 sets of these, and the switch would have been in one of them. Well, 2 sets of these castle-esque areas. But you would have had to work your way up through these to get the priestess's boss chamber, which would be here. The door would shut behind you, and you would be surrounded by multiple doors that would have had all sorts of things in them. So if you walk to the center, you would trigger a conversation. Heretic, how dare you do whatever to avoid Kain. Basically, her and Raziel would have a big old argument. There's a dialogue for it. But after this little argument, she would summon out she'd summon out a bunch of random Melchium, Zumahim, Zephanim, and Dumahim to fight you. And because you would have the glyphs at this point, I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that you would just cook all of them. It wouldn't even be a fight. So, oh, and yeah, I guess they were behind the door, so clearly that was the plan. So clearly they were planned to be fightable in this, but they decided not to. So after you defeat the monsters and climb on up here, she'd go, "No!" And Raziel would have his whole, "Where are your vampire gods now?" before finally... And absorbing her soul would grant him the possession ability. Taking this opportunity, Raziel would properly leave. And for whatever reason, these doors are closed up, but I think these are just little, like, audience chambers of sorts. And so, after defeating her, that would be the end of that. After defeating her, the Elder God would tell you to go west of the Oracle's Cave to Chirel's territory, and thus we would get to the smokestack. Now, for whatever reason, I don't think they included a portal for this place, which is a little disappointing. Which, and by little, I mean very disappointing. Like, they had the opportunity, but didn't take it. And so, I think this is a good place to leave for now. Because we're at an hour 33, and we've already beaten the game, so we're going to go ahead and save the rest of this for tomorrow. So, thank you all so much for your support during this particular process. And thank you for watching. we're going to broadcast tomorrow at 10 a.m. so that way I have time to actually sleep now. But now that we're through the platinum, well, we're pretty much we're just going to do whatever in the lost levels and in the outtakes. And maybe we'll do a Reaver showcase as well, because, again, the cheats work. And now that we have all the Soul Reaver trophies, we should be okay, but I'm going to play it in a guest profile to be safe. So, thank you all for watching, and have a good one. I've learned my lesson. Thank you for watching this episode of ConStorm Live, part of the ConStorm Entertainment Network.